A high-level source reached out to me last night and said to me that the rooftop that the shooter engaged from, as I told you last night during the Tucker Carlson special and then on Don Jr.'s show, was actually supposed to be posted by a local police department or a non-Secret Service counter-sniper team. So we're clear on the facts. There were 2 counter-sniper teams from the Secret Service, 2. Those 2 were assigned to the scene. That rooftop was obviously deemed a threat. It was a line of sight issue. So because they didn't have the assets, and I'll get to why in a few minutes, it involves Dr. Jill Biden, who has an extremely low threat level relative to Donald Trump. This is the breaking news. For some reason, that local police department, this is not about Monday morning quarterbacking, folks. Again, this is not a football game. These are people's lives. For some reason, that local tactical counter-sniper team didn't make it to the roof. What I'm hearing from sources is that that tactical team positioned it through a second-floor window, which cedes the high ground. Now, I wish I wasn't breaking this on my show. The fact that nobody is comfortable talking to the media because they're such insider hacks, they're afraid they're all going to be exposed and they all have to come to me, candidly, folks, is a travesty. But think about what I just told you. For a second, everybody take a pause and a timeout. Think about the multiple security failures here and the lying. There was supposed to be a tactical CS team on that roof. They didn't make it to the roof. They chose a second floor window instead, which cedes the high ground, obviously, and nobody noticed? Nobody noticed that that post, that CS post, was unmanned? Nobody had any idea? Now, this explains a lot. I gotta control the expletives. The bullshit I just said that. The bullshit you're hearing coming out of Secret Service headquarters. Now does it make sense? Did you see a few days ago, and by the way, they're watching right now, make no mistake. Did you see a few days ago, I don't know, about 3-4 days ago, the Secret Service came out with a statement through this PR flack, Guglielmi and others, and these guys should all resign immediately. And did you hear what they said? They did it kind of in a winky nod, sleazy kind of way, where they tried to pawn this off on the local. The local CS team never made it to the roof, counter-sniper team. So when the Secret Service got massive backlash for appearing to pawn this off on the locals, even though what they were saying was true, even though it was the Secret Service's responsibility to check that the post was manned, the Secret Service then dialed the story back and said, oh, we're not trying to blame the locals. This is our responsibility. And then when they got backlash for saying, okay, well, if it's your responsibility, why was there no one on the freaking roof? Why was there no one there? What did the Secret Service director say? She came out with this ludicrous absurdity that, I don't know, man, the slope of the roof, we shouldn't be up there. It's like an OSHA violation or something. What, bro? What did you... Let me tell you an OSHA violation. There are things in the motorcade and other security mechanisms we use I'm sure probably aren't safe to be around. You think I sat there and went, OSHA, can we get a ticket on this item here? You do your job. You do your job and you keep the president alive. That excuse about the slope of the roof is another lie. Are you getting now what's going on? The Secret Service is lying so much and so often to try to cover up this total Charlie Foxtrot, if you know what that means, you military guys out there. They're lying so much that they're forgetting their lies. And they're not savvy enough, like a Jen Psaki, to lie effectively. There was supposed to be a local post. They never showed up, and no one from the Secret Service checked. They never showed up on that roof. Nobody checked. It also explains the possible hesitation by the other CS teams when this guy was encountered on the roof. Maybe they confused him for someone else, thinking it was posted up by locals, and it took maybe a couple of seconds to unscrew that. You're not hearing this anywhere else.
When you saw the events unfold on Saturday?
Shock, and then concern, obviously.
for the former president.
Investigators now trying to determine whether roof access had been properly locked down. The shooter climbing up seemingly unimpeded, about 400 feet from the stage, with a direct line of sight on the former president.
Should that roof have been secure, period?
That building in particular has a sloped roof at its highest point. And so, there's a safety factor that would be considered there, that we wouldn't want to put somebody up on a sloped roof. And so, the decision was made to secure the building from inside.
While other networks lie to you about what's happening now, InfoWars tells you the truth about what's happening next.
Did in fact see an individual on the roof with a weapon.
He saw the shooter.
He did.
Your officers are on patrol. They hear that there is a suspicious person on the rooftop. What did your officers do?
So our officers in the area started to converge on the building. My understanding is they did a full perimeter walk of the building. Weren't able to see up on the roof. Two of the officers went to what appeared to be the lowest point from ground to roof. One of the officers actually boosted the second officer up high enough for him to grab hold of the roof. When he was able to pull his head up over the roof, he did in fact see an individual on the roof with a weapon.
He saw the shooter?
He did.
And what did the shooter do?
Turned towards him, had the barrel of his weapon pointed at the officer.
At that point, the officer's hanging on to the side of the roof?
Yes.
Unable to pull a gun out?
Unable to
defend himself? Unable to reach his radio?
Any of that, yeah. Strictly defensive movement for him to lower his head, duck, lost his own grip, right? Fell approximately 8 feet to the ground.
That's a steep drop.
That's a good drop, yes.
Did he get hurt?
He did.
In that moment, did they realize there's a threat right now to the former president?
They did. So both the boosting officer and the officer that fell were both on the radio, indicating that there was an individual on the roof that did in fact have a weapon.
Who did they radio?
So there was a blanket tactical channel being used.
Everyone heard it?
Everyone that was on that tactical channel heard it, yes.
How much time between that radio communication and the gun being fired at the former president?
That I don't have that information.
Why was he on the stage? Why was he on the stage? Everybody knew this was going on. Nobody thought to evacuate the president. I only say what I know. I will never fucking bullshit you, ever. I'm telling you right now, Occam's razor, the incompetence here is freaking stunning.
So, we're going to do a little test here to see if you guys can notice anything in my video. Okay, so pay close attention. We'll be right back. You guys notice anything? Is it something that's visible? Can you see this? This is what they missed. The Secret Service missed this.
Please visit my website at SamsTwitch.com. My Twitter profile is at SamsTwitch_Sam. My YouTube channel is at youtube.com/SamsTwitch. I post videos that I cannot post on YouTube on my BitChute channel at BitChute.com/SamsTwitch.